Hello, guys. Welcome to the show.
Well, this is Kevin Von Erich here. Who am I talking to?
This is Felix.
Felix, how are you? Who else is on here? Lisa, are you on there?
I'm here.
I've got Lisa, and I've got Daniel Moody on here with us.
Well, hi, Dan. How are you? I'm sitting here with Marshall, my son, and Ross. Got you on the speaker.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, boys. How y'all doing tonight?
No, it's going great.
Good deal.
Everything's going fine here. How about you guys?
Doing wonderful. And I actually had Daniel join us today because he's obviously with the connections you guys had with his father Percy. I figured what a better way to have him come on and just be a special guest co-host. And I'm actually going to let him start off with questions he has for you guys, if that's okay.
Percy? Who do you mean? Percy Pringle?
No, Percy.
Yeah.
No, his son. Mhm.
I have his son on here with us, and I'm going to let him ask you guys the questions.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
Okay, cool,
Go for it,
Kevin. I got a few questions for you. One thing I always wanted to ask you is, why did you always wrestle bare feet?
Well, I originally wanted to be a football player, and my sons, they could choose any route to go there. Ross decided to wear shoes, but Marshall, my other son, is going barefoot, and probably for the same reason I did. I had bad knees. He's never hurt his knees, but those socks soak with sweat, and those leather boots, they soak up the sweat too. It's heavy. It's heavy on the end of your feet. Without that weight, you're a lot more maneuverable, and also you can use your feet to grip the ropes and other things too. I've used them on the trunks before. I mean, you can handcuff yourself,
Absolutely. I've never really thought about that you can actually grip different things and everything like that. Well, I don't know if you know or not, but I did follow in my dad's footsteps, and I do work in the indie scene around Alabama, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, around this area, and like I said, it's been so long, and it's an honor and a privilege for Felix to let me guest host tonight, because if it wasn't for you guys and your whole entire family and world class in general, I wouldn't be here. My father wouldn't be here. A lot of the guys, a lot of the legends now that are in the Hall of Fame and all the other Hall of Fames across the nation. And if it wasn't for your family and wasn't for your father and everybody, nobody would be here. And I really, really appreciate that.
Well, I sure appreciate it, buddy. Dang it, I hear that. When I go around, and I just am so grateful that people remember me fondly like that, because my brothers, we have some good men to work with, and it was a new time, and we were just able to have some leeway to try new things, and wrestling changed before our very eyes, and it was great and a lot of fun for us. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, definitely. Good. Just a few more questions. Some relationships you had with guys. First off, the Freebirds. I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I said just a few of the relationships you had with some of the guys, and first off, the Freebirds. Yeah.
Well, I can remember when I first got started, I went out to WTBS in Atlanta, and I saw Terry Gordy over there. We were wrestling in the studio there and getting dressed back in these offices. And big Terry Gordy over there is this big monster that they want me to wrestle there, and it was almost like they were kind of making it kind of like the young athletic all-American guy versus the big mean werewolf over there, and here's Terry Gordy, and met him, got to talk to him a little bit, and found out he was younger than I was. I was always the youngest guy in the card back then, but Terry Gordy was like 2 years younger than me, 16 when he started, just a phenomenal athlete. And we just were friends right off the bat. And in fact, I was friends with Terry before I was friends with Michael.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And my son they have all these different moves. Wrestling's changing so much. I never even thought to dive, to use the middle of the rope, to run, to spring off. I thought that would have been something I just never thought of. I wish I would have. But the boys were talking about something they're going to come up with, where they take the I don't want to go into it, but it's a drop kick. I don't think anybody is going to throw a higher drop kick than my sons will in the business. I don't think so. I think I threw a good high drop kick, and my brothers did too, but my sons eclipsed both of them. And this is Marshall right here, my son to my right, and Ross is to my left here. And so talk to them.
Actually, I do have a question for them.
All right, what's up?
Yes, for Ross and Marshall, growing up in this the dynasty of the Von Erichs, were you automatically hooked into wanting to be a professional wrestler from childhood, or was it something that kind of grew on you as you got older? What were some of the inspirations, unless it was in fact your family that inspired you to want to be a wrestler?
Yeah, it definitely was. This is Marshall, by the way.
Okay.
It definitely was my family and my grandfather, and just watching my dad when I was little. Of course, you being a little boy, your dad's always your hero, and
of course,
just watching his tapes and stuff, and just going over them. Like being little, I'd get my action figures and pretend like I was Kevin Von Erich, and I'd always run on the trampoline. Me and my brother would wrestle on the trampoline for hours on end, and then after about high school, we started playing football and stuff. So it wasn't really realistic until after we graduated and then we actually had the opportunity to wrestle. And it was kind of like a dream come true. It was almost like it was too cool of a thing to come true, but got a different plans, and now we're here.
Absolutely.
How about you, Ross? Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just saying. I was just actually going to pose that question to Ross. Were your views pretty much similar on that?
Well, that was Marshall here. This is Ross.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more so with me something that grew on me.
Okay.
Yeah, after I got the opportunity to do it a little bit, just realized it was something, really cool and something I'd definitely like to do. And
awesome.
And definitely the family and everything had a lot to do with it.
There you go. I'm sorry, Daniel. You had a question. I'll let you go ahead and ask that question, man.
Yeah, I had one to do, Jay. Just one quick question, and this is, I'm sure you've been asked this, being third generation superstars. I'm a second generation, and I get this question all the time. Were you pressured to get into the business, or it wasn't in your heart? You know what I mean? Did you feel it in your heart, or were you pressured saying, hey, Dad wanted you to do this, or Dad wanted you to do that? Did you make your own choices of wanting to get in the business?
Well, our dad, he supports everything we do, so we couldn't really. It wasn't really. I guess it was in my heart at the time, but what happened was we got offered to come down in Japan and wrestle, and so we took the opportunity, and we weren't really. It was kind of like we're skeptical about things, but as we started working with guys and stuff, it started coming really natural. And just realizing, wow, this is what our family's been doing for years, and I've never felt in a more natural place in the ring, and getting advice from my dad and stuff about everything. And it's like, I guess there could be pressure, but this is the door that God's opened, and I'm going in it, and we're just following the footsteps.
What an amazing learning experience to get to go to Japan to do that.
Yeah, we get to go to a different country. That's a cool part too.
Yeah, they take it so serious out there. It's not so much the entertainment portion, but they actually look at it as an art form. They want you to learn the basics and realize, that all that they do out in the States are definitely some of the good things, but it's best to get in there and learn what it's really all about. All the rest of it will come later, but you learn the basics and you get in there and you mix it up, and there's no nonsense out there from what I hear.
Yeah, exactly. In Japan, it's a lot different from in the States. we don't have much experience in the States, but we notice the crowd is a lot more lively in America and stuff. But Japan, the crowd they are watching your every move. They're silent. You get out there, and it's just wrestling. They don't care too much for characters or anything. It's just wrestling. And for the first 3 months we went down there, it was just training. It was just like I definitely got a new respect for wrestling after that. It was just like
wow,
how it takes a toll on your body after a while, and just but you have to be a smart wrestler, and if you want to, because your body's like an investment, you want to take care of it. But in Japan, they are smart about that, about helping you take care of your body.
Hey guys, I actually got a question for the three of you.
Yeah.
For Kevin, Ross, and Marshall. I do, and I know you guys are aware who this person is, but Claudia is actually asked if she may actually ask you guys a question. I have her on hold. Is that okay if I bring her on and she can ask you guys a question?
Sure, great. How are you, Claudia?
I'll bring her on right now. 1 second. All right, Claudia, you're on the air. Go ahead, sweetie.
Hey, yeah. Hey, guys. How are you?
Pretty good.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we can hear you pretty good. Go ahead.
Awesome, wonderful. I'm actually at Awana at church, but I had to take an opportunity to say hi to you guys, send some love. I'm so excited for everything going on with VE3G. Oh, praise the Lord. And my question is, I've been seeing these amazing things that these kids have been doing in the ring over in Japan, thanks to the Japan branch of VE Nation. Love those guys. What's the scariest move that you kids have ever tried? You make it look just seamless, and you guys seem so fearless doing it. So my question is, is there ever a move you tried that you thought, I'm going to kill myself, or, you know what I mean? I just, seeing the way you guys fly, and clearly the apple did not fall very far from the tree. I'm just curious about that. What's
right
that
now.
like?
He knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some times when when you kind of gotta depend on the other guy, to know what he's doing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's an adrenaline rush.
How do you even practice for that? This is what I'm saying. How do you practice?
It's not quite. I guess it's a lot different when you're in the training ring than when you are in the real ring. When there's people and stuff, you start. It's not that you care less, but you get a little bit more confident in yourself, and like I could never do a backflip on the ground, and I couldn't do it right this second and be okay. But
sure.
When the crowd's behind you and they're with you and stuff, and instead of doing it on the ground, you climb up to the top turnbuckle and do it just to make it bigger. And when having the crowd behind you helps a lot.
I've heard your dad say that before, that there were a lot of things he never would have done, but the crowd just gets you so pumped up and you're just so ready to be sensational that you just do it.
Exactly. It is
cool.
100% the crowd. It's and the fact that they're supporting you, they're with you, and when you get fired up, they're fired up with you, and it's an awesome experience.
Fantastic. Well, man, thank you guys for taking the time to talk to me. I've got to go serve the Lord here and play with these church babies, and I just love you guys to death. Merry Christmas, and I can't wait to see all the things that are happening next year. I am going to be first in line for all of it. All of it.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, sweet thing. It's so nice to hear from you. I'm glad you're having such a good day out there, and all our best to you, and thank you for all the nice things you said.
God bless you.
Hey, I mean it, every bit of it, from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys, and have a great night.
You too.
Thank you, Claudia.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was nice. Very nice lady. Very, very, very supportive of everything you guys do, and I think it was awesome. She was definitely excited about this, and she's been helping spread the word about you guys joining us today. And wanted to ask now, to the boys, did you actually, when you guys were younger kids did you guys actually get in the ring and wrestle around as kids? And because you
when
during the World
when my dad would
days,
have. Yeah, when any chance we had we're in a ring around, we would always go in there with my dad and play around. Even if there wasn't a ring, even with being little in the grocery store, I'd be walking and my dad would get me in a headlock, and you want to impress your dad, so you want to like impress him and try to muscle out of it or something, and sometimes things would get out of hand. We'd have to leave stores and stuff, but you know, it's just, I guess that's coming up from wrestlers. We don't.
Yeah.
We'll be at the beach and people will think there's a brawl going on, but really we're just wrestling and we're laughing about it.
Ross and I got into the Blackberries one day.
It's definitely a strange relationship, but it's I guess it's how we say I love you.
There you go. Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I know exactly how y'all boys feel. My dad would come home from being on the road. He'd be tired and everything like that, and I would try to cheer him up from being on the road, being tired and everything. And just like you said, we'll be in the grocery store trying to get groceries and everything, and suddenly he just turns around, pow, and chops you on the chest as hard as he could.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how my dad says good morning. He gives me a chop.
Oh, believe me. Yeah. Don't fall asleep because you'll get it.
Exactly. Yeah. It makes you'd always be on your toes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Guys, I actually wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Felix.
No, I just wanted to ask both the boys. I mean, you guys are in the business a couple of years now, and I wanted to ask who would you guys like to see as maybe a dream opponent, possibly in the near future, to get in the ring with? I mean, there are so many talented guys out there at this point in time, or even past or present. I mean, who would you guys have liked to step in the ring with, possibly from the past or maybe even from today?
Oh, in the past, well, yeah. Today, I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of young talent. I even know some of the Freebird sons are out there. They're wrestling.
Oh, nice.
I know they're out there, and that would definitely be a fun thing to do. And but yeah, I never really thought about. I never really thought about that question, but I guess it would be fun for the past wrestler. I guess it'd be fun to wrestle my dad and his brothers. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty cool experience.
That would be so much fun. I'd love to have these guys in the ring back. My brothers would be freaking out. They'd love that. But these guys can fly.
And what was some of the best advice that you guys got about getting into the wrestling business? I know you guys probably would have sat down and talked to your dad about it. And I mean, is there something maybe he had some advice that he had told you about getting into the business that kind of stuck with you all this time that you've been in it?
There's not really one piece. My dad he constantly uses one-liners that kind of stick with you forever, but definitely just stay humble through all this and know that it's nothing that we're doing. It's completely God. These doors open from Him, not us. This all happened. This really did all happen so fast. Before wrestling, I haven't left my family longer than 2 weeks, and I got thrown into Japan for 3 months, and I struggled with homesickness really bad, and because we're really family oriented, the whole family is we're really close family. But being in Japan and just calling my dad and him, just encouraging me and my brother both, just telling us to stay strong and stick together the whole time, and it's good that we're together, not alone. It makes it a lot easier.
He's definitely very proud of you guys. That's for sure.
Well, I sure am. With Marshall, it was kind of a decision: is he going to play football at Cornell or Army? And they made some really attractive offers. He's a 6'5", 250-pound wide receiver, and so there's not many guys like that can get up high. And so he had to make the decision to go with football or this. And I remember, I kind of had the same decision. Ross and I talked about it. We were up at the North Texas practice field, and we weren't sure that this is what he wanted to do, but with the way he played football, it was definitely available to him. And so it was a choice for both of them to make. Do you want to go, the NCAA, or do you want to go right into professional wrestling? And so, that's their call, not mine.
Interesting idea. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize they were that big of guys. My goodness, monsters. That's good though. That's good. You guys can work it in football or even wrestling. But you know what? I know you guys are making your dad proud with the claw, and that was definitely a Von Erich hold right there. Was that something that you guys decided to go with, or was there a different possible finishing move that you guys probably wanted to use, or stick with the family?
I figured if I were to go into wrestling ever when I was younger, I would definitely it's family. I mean, keep it in the family. The Iron Claws. My grandpa came up with it. I definitely wanted to keep it, and I love that move. It's powerful and it's strong.
Yes.
And ever since I was little, my dad would always tell me where to grab. You know, he's like grab right in the temples, what fingers to use, and we even do when we do upside down push-ups, we do it on our fingertips to strengthen our hands. You know, so it's
interesting.
It comes in handy in a lot of ways, not only in wrestling, but you know, you can impress people by like open a can of soda by squeezing it. You know, it's kind of like a party trick almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting, man. You know what? If the opportunity ever presented itself, this is actually a question to the boys and to DJ as well. That for you, either one of you boys, Ross or Marshall, to step in the ring with DJ, would that be something that could ever possibly happen somewhere down the road?
Definitely, I would love to. It would be great. The more opportunity, the better. You know, as anybody.
Definitely, that would be pretty fun. You were actually just talking about the Freebird kids and everything too. We were actually trying to set something up later on this year, and we were trying to actually get a hold of you boys, and myself and Ray Gordy and our buddy Roberts Jr. and actually Michael Hayes was actually talking about coming and doing something with us. So we'll definitely be in touch, because it'd be something big. It'd be something really, really fun we could all do.
Definitely something great.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like a fun thing to do.
It's a great opportunity. You know, it sounds like that would be awesome, especially kind of relive the past. You know, for the fans especially, they to come out and see the Freebird Von Erich rival again, especially with the second and third generation guys. It'd be great just to talk about how we're brought up and stuff. It would be awesome, but a little bit difficult with the Japan schedule because how they schedule us and stuff. But right now we got our dates down and stuff. So when we get the dates for America stuff, we'll be ready. That actually sounds great. We've been working out and training. We're staying ready.
Good deal.
No, actually, what is a typical day in the life of Ross and Marshall?
Well, we're different. We both have we have different ways, but we usually we work out together a lot too, and we usually do the weight stuff together. But we both have our own hobbies and stuff, and Ross usually will, or me, I'll go out and I love food, so I try to find interesting food and stuff, and I'll eat and then Ross will he's actually he's right here. I'll let him tell you his hobbies.
Yeah, I definitely go to the beach and running on the beach and stuff like that. I try to take advantage of that as much as I can, and also you have a lot of altitude and mountains and stuff, so you can take advantage of the running or jogging in the mountains and stuff. And then we have awesome set of weights, or we have a whole room just dedicated to weights and stuff. So we have a pretty good setup here. And so, my main thing is just concentrate on your diet and, do a little bit of something every day.
And then in my situation, I wish I was a little bit more disciplined in my diet, but I do love. Me and Ross will usually meet up around 6 at night. 6. We try to work out 3 to 4 times a week, and we'll go at 6 o'clock at night. Go and lift together, hang out, talk about wrestling, kind of work around a little bit, try to work together a little bit with that, and then that's usually we constantly train together and everything, and we'll go out and mess around on the beach. We'll just do moves and stuff. That's when I was talking about. It looks like there's a brawl going on the beach. It's really us just trying to think of new stuff using the ring. But if people sit down, we had circles around us just watching us.
I can imagine, absolutely. And when you guys are actually back in Hawaii with the family, is it pretty much the same routine, or do you guys go out and just kind of chill out and relax with family and and just kind of catch some rays when you can?
Well, in Japan, the Japan routine is a lot different. The day in the life of Japan is a lot. If we wake up, we wake up 8 o'clock, got to be in the ring at 9. We'll start off with just like warm up stuff, and then we'll do. I think we'll do 1,000 squats, 300 push-ups, and then we got to take. And then we got to do. Then we have to take V-ups. We have to do V-ups, and then we do like. I think it's like five sets of 20 just back bumps. We'll do snap bumps, jump bumps, front bumps, and then we hit the ropes. We just go over moves and stuff. So it definitely takes a toll on your body. But one thing that we have gotten out of it is I definitely feel sturdy now in my body. I feel like I can fall off anything and I'll be okay. But yeah, I guess that's a benefit.
Yeah, so taking 500 to 600 bumps almost every day is a little bit.
Yikes!
Wow.
Yeah, I would definitely say that the life in Hawaii is a lot more laid back. We're not going out there taking bumps when the family's around or anything. We try to we stay ready by lifting and everything, but we're not out there taking bumps. We got a lot of nieces and nephews, and we're trying to get them into, because our nephews think the wrestling is awesome, and the only wrestling they watch is Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. That's the only wrestling they've ever watched. So they know all the wrestlers in Japan, and they love watching us come home, and they just want to talk about it constantly. That's all they want to talk about. They have action figures, like my dad's action figure, and they'll pretend that's me and my brother and stuff. It's just like us. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got in it in the near future.
That's awesome.
That would be great.
The opportunity actually came about, and you guys obviously returned to the States and do some wrestling around the U.S. here, and would you guys ever actually have your dad be your manager, or has he been your manager, accompanying you guys to the ring, that sort of thing?
Yeah, well, he's definitely been our mentor. He's been with us the whole time. He couldn't fly out to Japan. He flew out to Japan for the first time to kind of induct us into wrestling, kind of just get us started and stuff. But all the other tours we did was just me and my brother. But my dad, we're constantly before and after a match back to the phone, call my dad, tell him how it went. We'll get detailed, tell him everything that went, what we did. Then we go through tapes, and he tells us what we need to work on, what move you need to be more aggressive on, and it's the crowd in Japan's a lot different. So it's kind of even when they are behind you, you're not sure because they're so quiet. But really, it's just that they're into it. They're watching your every single move. So there's no room to mess up. That's why when we went for the first 3 months, we didn't even have matches. We went just to go over the fundamentals of wrestling, so we wouldn't have mistakes. They don't want any mistakes in the ring,
That's more like paying your dues too. So that's very good. That's very good that you got to do that.
Yeah, exactly. It was definitely very, very important. Now they just made it where they said where you can go anywhere in the world and have a match with anybody because the language barrier is so crazy. So we go and we don't really even talk. We just go. We'll just go out
smile
there.
And nod?
Yeah, smile and nod and see you out in the ring.
Yeah.
And are you guys pretty much understanding a little bit more of Japanese while you're there? I mean, with the Japanese fans, do you communicate with them somewhat? Do you understand what they're saying?
Surprisingly, the fans there, their English is all right, but.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we've gotten a few of those Japanese books and stuff. I mean, it helps to a degree, but there's still going to be that barrier. But we do our best. We're learning stuff here and there. We know the most important things. Where's the bathroom? What the name of our favorite food is? And, a few things like that.
There you go. Now, if the project that DJ was talking about comes to fruition either this year or next year, I think it would be great, and it's more so where I was leaning towards. Maybe if you took part in that, and maybe have your dad be your manager or walk you down to the ring or something like that. I think it'd be fun for all of you guys. I mean, I'd love to see it. Hell, if I could probably afford to buy a ticket and go watch it.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm looking forward to that as well.
But Daniel, did you have some questions that you want to ask? Any other questions you want to ask?
Give me just a second, I had a few just a second ago, but you took them kind of right out of my mouth.
some of the opponents that you got to work with over there, guys, who were some of the ones that you really enjoyed working with? I mean, getting into the business, I mean, some are really easy, really fun to work with. Some may not be, and I'm not saying to name names, but I mean, obviously, was there some that really kind of stuck with you, somebody you really enjoyed working with?
I would say for me, my favorite would be Naomichi Marufuji. He's definitely my just a great wrestler, really smooth, and just knows what he's doing. And
nice.
Noah's just full of great wrestlers, so it's really hard to pick one. But yeah, if I had to pick, I would definitely choose him.
And then mine would be probably Ogawa. I'm not sure I can't pronounce his first name, but it's Ogawa, and he wears zebra print shorts. And he's an older guy. He's an older guy and he's real respected, but I just love working with him because it's really technical and stuff, and it's always a lot of fun. And every time I wrestle him, I always come out a little bit. I know a little bit more. I know a little bit more and stuff, and I learn a lot from him. It's actually he's really fun to work with.
Okay. And knowing how go ahead. I'm sorry.
Super Crazy. He wrestled in the WWE for a while. He's
he was out there.
We wrestled with him a lot, and he helped us out. So he's pretty much like our Japanese dad up there. He completely takes care of us the whole time while we're up there. And
or Mexican dad.
Yeah, but he takes care of us the whole time while we're up. And he constantly encourages us, tells us what we need to do, what we need to work on, and he's real supportive. He's an awesome guy.
Well, yeah, what a talent he is. I've been on a few shows with him myself, and what a talent and what a guy behind the in and out of the ring.
Speaks more Spanish than Japan.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about Super Crazy is it doesn't matter where he is. Even Japanese crowds are like quiet and stuff. He'll make them roar. It's crazy when he comes out. He just completely takes control of the crowd. It's awesome to watch. It's awesome to be around too.
I think they speak more Spanish in Japan than Japanese.
Yeah, because we're talking to Super Crazy the whole time. So I've actually picked up more Spanish than anything.
And Ross does a lot of missionary work, or did a lot of missionary work in Mexico before he went over there, and already had a pretty good working knowledge of speaking Spanish. And
when you got knowing how big the Von Erich family is and still is to this day in not just Texas but really a lot of the U.S. today, do you guys? I mean, there were constantly fans always trying to get at them and everything. And when you guys are around, whether it be in Texas or in Hawaii, do you guys get bombarded with a lot of fanfare, a lot of people coming up and wanting to just get your autograph, a picture? Whether it be here in the States, here in Texas, in Hawaii, in Japan, how do you guys deal with the fanfare?
Well, when we lived in Texas, I was in 8th grade, so so I would my dad would get noticed a lot and stuff. So I hadn't debuted or anything, but I remember my dad, wherever we would go, is how loyal. I couldn't believe how loyal the fans were. They'd come up and my dad really did this. He loved talking to all the fans, and being a kid, I was like, hurry up, because they'd sit there and they'd talk for hours and reminisce and stuff. But now getting to see that's awesome. But yeah, in Hawaii, it's such a small island. I've gone to school here and stuff, so it's more of my friends just think it's cool that I wrestle. So they'll just come and try to talk to me about it and stuff. And it's since we live on a smaller island, you see the same people every single day.
Okay. And do you guys? I mean, is it something that's in the foreseeable future to work for one of the big companies out here in the United States? TNA, Ring of Honor, WWE. Is that something that's in the future for you guys? Or is it too soon to say at this point?
It's something we're just playing it by ear. Like my brother said earlier. God opened this door, and if that's his will, it'll another door will open. We're not gonna press in and try to force our way anywhere.
And right now we're in Japan, and things are going good. We're comfortable there, and we like it. And we're open to do anything and anything in America. We're definitely we've been saying yes every chance we got, or because the Japan schedule is so tight, we haven't been able to work in America as much as we wanted to. But it's getting a little better. It's starting to get a little easier where we're able to now.
And have you guys actually looked into the aspect of possibly acting at one point or another? I mean, is that something that could intrigue your interest somewhere down the line, or maybe something that you'd like to pursue, but not right now?
I want to go through, or I want to try to accomplish as many things as I can while I have this short time on Earth. So I would definitely want to try to do as many things as I can. I think acting would be awesome. I'd love to try it out.
Okay. And I'm going to ask DJ, did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask? Did you remember some of the questions that you forgot?
Yeah. Do y'all have any good road stories in Japan with even if it's with Super Crazy or any of the other opponents, or any locker room stories you want to share with us?
I don't know. I don't know if we can share.
Yeah, some of the locker room stories are pretty inappropriate.
Yeah, extremely. But there's definitely some stories to be cool.
Yeah, there's I can probably tell you when I meet up with you, because it's a lot of wrestling lingo.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that people don't really understand, but I guess it's funny at the time.
But yeah.
You guys deal with a lot of rippers out there in Japan too?
Oh yeah, there's two Australians, Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. They're both pranksters, and they love just getting. They love to try to push you and try to get you to breaking point. You never leave your bag. Never leave your bag never leave your bag out. Make sure everything's locked up, or there'll be something dead in it, or they'll do something to your bag. You got to hide your stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Daniel. Did you want to go ahead and ask another question?
Yeah. How was the dojo over in Japan? I know I heard a little bit about it. I've had a few guys come over there and do a few things, but I know you boys know more about it than anybody. How was the actual training and everything over there in the dojos?
Well, it takes a lot out on your body after a while, but after a while, I mean, I guess the first couple of weeks, it kind of like you just get really tired, and you start coughing. Ross was coughing blood, and I was coughing blood after all those bumps and stuff when we first started. But after a while, your body, it's like you kind of go on autopilot, and you're just like, hey, it's part of my day. I got to do this, and then your body just gets used to it, and it's you kind of just, the only thing you can do is no sense into moaning and groaning about it and complaining. So you just got to kind of try to go in there with a smile on your face and have fun. Try to have fun while you're there. You might as well have fun and then try to be miserable, But it's the dojo life is definitely a lot different than it is being with your family and stuff. You're around wrestlers, especially foreign wrestlers. They all miss their families too. So there's a lot of quiet nights and stuff, and sometimes we just keep to ourselves. And then there's a lot of good laughs and good jokes, especially when you're about to go home. When you got about a week left, everyone's happy.
Right.
That's cool. And if the fans actually want to keep up with what you boys are doing, out there in Japan, or do you guys keep up with the social media quite a bit? I believe I've seen that you guys had a Facebook. Do you guys do the Twitter, the Instagram, all that other stuff?
Yeah, we got a Facebook, and my dad's got a Facebook and Twitter. I try to keep up with as much as I can. I try to respond as much as I can, but I don't do it as much as I should. But yeah, if there's any fans out there that want to know anything, have any questions or anything, feel free to message us on Twitter or Facebook and stuff, and we'll try to get back to you guys as fast as we can. And we love talking to you guys.
Oh, and they definitely love hearing from you guys and just telling you everything. And it's just amazing. As I tell Lisa all the time, even my co-host Austin too. It's just amazing that you guys, just the love that these fans have for you, whether you're able to answer them or not. It's just amazing. That's just the only way I can sum it up.
They're so supportive. It's crazy. I don't know what my dad and his brothers did, but they did something right.
Exactly. They touched the heart of the nation there in Texas.
Exactly.
And all over the world, really. It wasn't just Texas.
Yeah, I know. I still tell people to this day, if they ask where I'm from, I'm from Texas, but I'm living in Hawaii. But yeah, I still tell people I'm from Texas. Texas is a great place to live, and that's where I was brought up and born.
Texas born, Texas bred, huh?
Was you boys born in Dallas or in Denton?
I was actually born in Marshall, Texas.
Okay.
And Ross, where were you born?
I wanted to say Ross, Texas, but no, I was born in Grand Prairie. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And,
that was
and then I believe that there is a website. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa, if I say this incorrectly. What is the website if they wanted to check up on all things Von Erich?
That would be www.vonerich.com.
Awesome. For all the things going on with Kevin and the boys and all kinds of goodies that'll lead you right into the social media that they have there. And, well, guys, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to throw in there real quick that pretty soon on the website, vonerich.com, we'll have shirts and all kinds of stuff like that. So, and autographs. I'll throw that out there.
And when you guys have your next show in Japan coming up in January, if I'm correct?
February.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. They just changed it on us. We'll be up there sometime in February and March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Daniel, did you have any final questions for the boys?
No. I think we covered about everything. I
think we did.
Boys,
I think it was fun.
Like I said, I appreciate it, boys. Kevin, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything the whole entire Von Erich family did for this business, especially for my dad and his career. And if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. So I really want to thank everybody.
Well, thank you, buddy. That's a good feeling to know that you did your best, you put all you had into it, and it brought a reward. So I appreciate you saying that.
And I'm excited about meeting you too someday. I'm excited about that. Maybe getting a match together.
I can imagine the stories you guys would have to tell each other.
Yeah, it should be fun.
So much.
I think so too.
Whole other language.
But again, thank you guys all for just taking some time to sit down and just have some fun, talk about a normal day in the life of Ross and Marshall out in Japan, or even home with Mom and Pop. And above anything else, I can tell you, but all you guys really just cherish and love your fans to death, and it shows, and it really does. And I can include Lisa in that because she works with you guys, but deep down I know she has a love for you guys too. And if she didn't, she wouldn't be doing what she does for you guys.
That's right. We love her too.
But I think that'll about cover it, guys. Hopefully, we would love to have you come back again real soon, probably in 2014, maybe sometime in the later part of 2014 when you guys' schedules are open. Definitely love to have you come back. Tell us how you've been doing and so forth. What's that?
Yeah, look forward to it.
Yeah. I hope you guys had fun. Hopefully you guys didn't mind answering a couple questions.
Yeah, no, not a problem at all.
Okay.
All right. And Kevin, we thank you, sir, for taking time. We thank you for allowing us to chat with your boys today as well. And it's been an honor to speak with you as well again, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We better get to work. So we'll see you guys later. We're on it.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good day.
Good job.
Thank you, Felix.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Y'all have a great afternoon.
You too.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.